Hi everyone, I'm Corinthia and welcome back to Healthyish Recipes. This week, since we're gearing up for Thanksgiving, I thought it would be an awesome time to make something with sweet potatoes. And heck yeah, I jumped on the bandwagon. We're going to do a paleo / gluten-free sweet potato casserole. So first thing we want to do is we're going to start with cooking the potatoes first before we make it into the casserole. There's several ways that we can do that. You can either bake the potato, but that's going to be like 45 to 60 minutes in the oven. That's a lot of time. I like to shorten it. So then you can also boil the potatoes, peel them, cube them, and pop them in and boil them for like 15 to 20 minutes. Or my favorite way, which is the easiest, no mess, no fuss, is just poke some little knife marks or fork marks into our sweet potato and pop them in the microwave for about 10 minutes. Obviously, the time could vary with your microwave, so it may be a little more, a little less. But so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stab my potatoes and toss them in the microwave and cook them, and then we'll be back to finish up the recipe. So stay tuned for that. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to make the topping for our paleo gluten-free sweet potato casserole. I hope you like coconut because there's a lot of coconut stuff in here. So it's like a coconut pecan topping. It's really going to be really good. So we have a cup of chopped pecans. We have a 1/4 cup of coconut sugar. You can use brown sugar as well, but using brown sugar, I do not believe that falls into the paleo category, but the coconut sugar does. I also have shredded unsweetened coconut. There's enough sugar in this sweetness that I thought unsweetened coconut would be best, so that's a 1/4 cup of shredded coconut. And then we have a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. I told you it was going to be coconutty. And you just mix it all up, and it kind of is like a streusel topping, really. Like if you made a topping for like apple crisp or apple crumb or apple brown betty. And just mix it all up like that. And this is what we're going to sprinkle on top of our casserole, and then it's going to get nice and crisp and yummy and delicious once it's all done baking in the oven. Alright, so that's the topping, and I'll go grab the casserole sweet potato part and we'll put it together, okay? Alright, while our sweet potato casserole is in the oven baking, I thought I would share a new segment with you guys. This segment, I know, so loud, sorry. This segment, I'm going to be calling it Unique Eats. So when I go to the grocery store or the fruit market, I'm always on the hunt for new and unique foods that my family and I can try, because variety is the spice of life, as they say. This isn't new to me, but it might be new to some of you out there. This is called a rambutan. I know it looks kind of like a sea urchin, or I was joking with my uncle, and it reminds me of Star Trek, Trouble with Tribbles. Those little furry little creatures that wreaked havoc on the SS Enterprise. So what this is it's a fruit that grows on trees, and this is just the skin that's like kind of furry, soft. I know it kind of looks a little freaky weird, but hey, you gotta try new things in life, right? And that's how I get our youngest son, who's 10, I get him to try new things and make it something natural, that to try and explore and eat new things in life. It helps open up his imagination and his willingness to go with the flow and try new things. So it's really easy to peel, and as you see, it looks like what it reminds me of is if you've ever seen or heard or ate lychee fruit, which is an Asian fruit, and I believe rambutans are Asian too. But yeah, it's kind of a soft, fleshy little fruit, and then you break it open. Pardon me while I use my nails. And inside is a little seed. Well, not so little. Kind of shaped like an almond. Oops. See, that's not edible. And then you just have the fleshy fruit of it. It's a very mild, sweet, but not overly sweet, firm jelly kind of texture. Not like overtly jelly where it's shaky and squishy, but it does have a little crunch to it. It's kind of like an apple mixed with a pear and some kind of tropical taste to it, but I totally recommend rambutan or trying any of the fruits and vegetables that you find at your local market. It's just a fun thing to do with your family and to bring the world into your home. All right, I hope you enjoyed our little unique eats segment. We're gonna go back to cooking our sweet potato casserole, so I'll be right back, okay? Okay, the sweet potatoes are done cooking. I peeled them. We're just gonna mash them up and make the filling for our sweet potato casserole. So I have all the ingredients. We have 2 eggs, shaken not stirred. No. All right, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I think that was just a little bit more than a teaspoon, but that's okay. A 1/4 cup of coconut milk. If you're not a strict paleo diet person, you can use regular cow's milk, almond milk, any of your milk-like products. You do you, is what I'm saying. And then we have a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Pop that in. Now I forgot my hand mixer, so you can use a hand mixer to do this. You can also use a potato masher, or you can do it the hard way and like I'm doing and just use a spoon and stir it up. So just make sure it's all incorporated. That egg is going to be the glue that holds it all together. Oh, it's already smelling good because the potatoes are still warm, and that cinnamon and the coconut, yum, yum, yum. Yummy, yummy. Oops, I just found a big old packet of coconut sugar. Or cinnamon, actually. I don't think I put any sugar in here because it's not needed. All right, I say good enough. Now you can blend it, like I said, with a hand mixer, and then it's gonna be totally smooth and creamy. But you know what? I'm okay with a little bit of chunks of sweet potato in there. I kind of like my mashed potatoes a little chunky too. So I like to chew my food. I was just talking about that with my uncle, who I think I've told you before. He's our videographer, he's our editor, he's our art director. He's the guy behind the camera, and we were just having a little talk that one of the things that we hate is food that is so mushy, like that's not supposed to be, because I'm gluten-free. I have RA, so gluten actually causes increased inflammation into your body, and it triggers my RA. So I have to buy gluten-free vegetables. Gluten-free. Hello. I have to buy gluten-free pasta. And I made linguine with Alfredo sauce the other day, and it was gluten-free linguine. and I undercooked it. I rinsed it. I followed the directions, left it off on the side, poured my Alfredo sauce on my linguine, and literally they just broke apart, and my long linguine turned into little mushy bits. Ugh, made me mad. So long story short, I like a little chew to my food. Alright, so you take your casserole, which I brought out my nice little Thanksgiving vintage casserole. I believe this is the Cinderella print. That is Pyrex, and I just love it. It's perfect for Thanksgiving, the color theme. So you just coat your baking casserole dish with coconut oil or any oil of your choice, but since we're sticking to the paleo, we're gonna stick to that. It's already greased. We're gonna toss in our filling, and like I said, it already smells so yummy. And I think coconut goes so well with sweet potato. They like each other, and I like them together. All right, put that up. And then I'm just gonna spread it out. Alright, good enough, right? I'm gonna reach over here, and we already made the topping. And again, this is brown sugar, pecans, shredded coconut, and a little bit of coconut oil in here. And this is kind of like the streusel topping, somewhat. No flour though, because again, this is paleo. Oh, it looks so pretty too. Oh, this will look so beautiful on your Thanksgiving table, I think. I think it will. And it's not too hard. The biggest thing is maybe if you wanted to make bake the sweet potatoes beforehand, like the day before or 2 days beforehand, that can shorten it up too, because you got to bake the potatoes, boil the potatoes, or microwave the potatoes, and you're looking at 30 minutes to an hour depending on what you use to cook your sweet potatoes. So that adds to the time, but bake them ahead of time, and that way they're cool, because when I was peeling them and getting all this, I burnt my fingers. So I would recommend doing the sweet potatoes a day ahead. But there we go. That is ready to go in the oven. It goes in a 350 degree Fahrenheit oven for 30 to 40 minutes, depending on your oven. So I'm gonna go pop that in, and I'll see you back when this is complete so we can look and taste the final finished product, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, we have our finished product, sweet potato casserole that happens to be gluten-free and paleo-friendly. I think it's a perfect side dish, easy side dish to accompany your turkey on Thanksgiving if you celebrate. Who knows where you are watching this around the world, but here in the US, Thanksgiving is coming up, and that's why we chose to do something that is holiday appropriate and tasty and easy. So let's dive into this and try it out. It is still hot from the oven, but we're gonna take a little piece. Oh my, it is steamy. Now the streusel-like top is nice and crunchy and yummy. Yep, crispy, crispy. So let's see. Fingers crossed I don't burn my tongue. That's a winner. That is a keeper. Of course, like I said, you have to like coconut because there's so many different coconut products in here. Thanks to the paleo-friendly aspect of it, coconut is paleo-approved. But I love coconut. Coconut's one of my favorite flavors and smells. I love the smell of coconut. But this is perfect. It's not overly sweet at all. Remember, I didn't add any sugar to the sweet potato portion. The sweet potato, when you roast it or bake it, the natural sugars makes this perfect. The topping, even though it does have some coconut sugar in it, it's very lightly sweetened. So I would not consider this a dessert casserole. It's definitely a side dish and will go great with all of your Thanksgiving foods. All right, thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.